Hello everyone. In this video I am going to discuss about the determinants of demand. Before seeing the determinants of demand, we will see what is demand. Demand is nothing but it is the desire to buy the goods which is followed by willingness to pay for the goods and ability to pay for the goods. In managerial economics, demand is nothing but it is the desire or want which is backed up by money. So demand, when it will become demand only when there is a desire to buy the products, ability to pay for the products and willingness to pay for the products. Then only we are calling that as demand. For example, there is a poor person, he wants to purchase a luxurious car. Whether he is able to purchase that? No, he does not have that much money, so he can't pay for that. So ability to pay for goods may not be there. So he has a desire to buy the product and he has a willingness to spend for the products. So we can't call it as demand because he don't have the ability to pay for the goods. So there is a person that is he is a miser and he has a lot of money, but his demand for buying something, we can't call it as a demand because he has a desire to pay for the goods and he has ability to pay for the goods, but he is not willing to spend for the goods. Demand is always related to the price and time. Demand may be potential one or the actual one. So there are several determinants of demand. So in that, first determinants will be the prices of commodity. When there is more demand, when the prices of commodity is less, we can say that there is more demand. When the prices of commodity is high, there will be less demand. So by looking at this, we can say that there is an inverse relationship between the prices of commodity and quantity demanded. So prices of related goods. What is related goods? There are two kinds of goods. One is complementary goods and another one is substituted goods. These are the related goods, complementary goods as well as substituted goods. So prices of complementary goods, that is dependent upon its complement goods. For example, there are two kinds of complementary goods. That is two kinds of goods. One is car, another one is fuel. So here car is a product, its complementary is fuel. Now take an example that prices of fuel has been rising. So now whether demand for car will reduce or increase? Demand for car will be less because the prices of fuel has been rising, and because of that reason now demand for car will be less. So this is how the complementary goods price and demand relation will be. So here we can see that there is a inverse relationship between prices of complementary goods and demand of another complementary product. So now price of substituted goods, it also affects the prices of other substituted goods. For example, there is a tea and coffee. Take an example that now the price of tea has been risen. So now people may not buy the tea, they will demand its substitute, that is coffee, that is demand for coffee will rise. So you can see that when the price of tea increases, demand for tea will reduce, and as compared to tea price, coffee price will be less, and because of that reason people will demand coffee. So taste and preference of the consumer, that also affects the demand for the product. How the product which the consumer prefer most will be having high demand than the product which the consumer does not prefer. So the taste and preferences of consumer, that goes on change. So sometimes consumer may demand a product, in some other situation consumer may not buy that product, he may demand some other products. Take an example that he will be having a preferences towards B product. When he has more preference towards B product, he will buy B product and not the A product. So climate condition, that is also going to affect the demand of the consumer. If the ice cream demand is less, when it will be less during rainy season, and during summer season, you can see that the demand for ice cream will be higher. Umbrella demand is more during rainy season, but when it comes to winter season, people may not demand umbrella that much. So population in a country, population is also one of the determinant of demand. In a country, there are three categories of population. In population, you can see three category. One is younger people, older people, and then children. So if number of kids is more in population, you can see that there will be more demand for chocolates and toys. So the demand for a product is also depend upon the population and categories of the population. Another determinants of demand will be the size of population. You can see that if the size of population is more, that is, there are so many people in a country, then demand for the products will be more. And supply of money is also one of the determinants of demand. You can see that there is a direct relationship which exists between supply of money as well as the demand of a commodity. If there is more supply of money in the economy, there will be more demand for the product. If the supply of money will be less, demand for a product will be less. You can see that here there will be direct relationship. So then next one will be the advertisement and publicity. So advertisement creates wants in the minds of the people. People are aware of the commodity which is advertised. If product is advertised, if particular product is advertised, then there will be more demand for that product. As people know about that product, they will go for the go for the shop to buy that product because they know about that product. So level of taxation is also one of the factor which affects the demand. So if there is more tax, then there will be less demand. Less tax means more demand. So another determinants of demand will be demonstration effect. Demonstration effect is nothing but it is the tendency of people to emulate the consumption style of the other person, such as friends or neighbors. For example, some people buy a product just because of the reason that his neighbor will be having that product. Just by seeing consumption patterns of someone, we are following their consumption pattern, then that will be called as demonstration effect. So that is also one of the factor which affects the demand. Expectation of future changes in price. If consumer expect that future prices will be less, then present demand will be less. To take the advantage of price reduction in future, we reduce the current purchases. So now what happens, I expect that in the future, product, take an example that a product price is going to reduce in the future. So now I am not going to buy that product, I am going to buy that product in the future because I want to take the advantage of price reduction. So if consumer expect that the price rise increases or rises, then at present he will purchase more commodities. So therefore expectation of future changes in price is also one of the factor which affects the demand. Another one is distribution of income and wealth. There is if there is unequal distribution of income and wealth in the economy, you can see that there is a major people in that population will be poor. Major people are poor because of unequal distribution of income and wealth, and because of that reason there will be less demand in such kind of economy. And if there is equal distribution of income and wealth, we can see that there is more demand for the products in that economy. So this is about the determinants of demand and meaning of demand. Thank you for watching this video.